Okay, welcome, Toby and Greg. Wham Remodeling.
Yes.
Helping us at Ivey's kind of get into a new venture, which is for years and years we've sold doors and windows, flooring as well, but we are now offering a new service for our customers when they come in to say not only can we sell you the door or the window or the flooring, we can also install it for you. And you guys are helping us with that, and we're very grateful for that. But I want to ask both of you a little bit about your background in this business. We'll start with you, and let us know who you are and then kind of how you got into what you're doing now.
I'm Greg Wynn. I've been in carpentry for over 30 years. Been doing installing windows and doors for over 15 years. I've done the carpentry pretty much all my life, but just enjoy doing the carpentry work, and so it's been what I've been doing for a while.
Yeah, so many years of experience.
Many years.
Seen lots of things.
Yes.
Yeah. Toby, how about you?
Well, I kind of started out actually in the tire industry and worked in sales, did outside sales, selling to different tire shops, stuff like that. And then my father-in-law, Greg, he kind of got me to kind of move over and start in this area. But it kind of has similarities in the sense, sales, you're trying to make sure the customer's, happy with everything, they're happy with the product you're selling. And the same thing with installing doors and windows. We get joy in, seeing a house flip from having all these old windows that are, not efficient, maybe doors that, barely close, stuff like that, and then changing it out to new stuff, and then just seeing, the customer happy with everything. Their house is completely different. So, it's similar. And, I've been doing it for about 5 or 6 years now. And then, of course, my wife and both of his daughters work with us. So he has 3 daughters that all help us at different times, and they're both very experienced as well in doors, windows, and such. So.
Yeah, so true family business.
Yes.
Oh, I love it. Very impressive. Okay, so let's talk about the different types of windows and doors that you've installed, or the typical things that you find yourself doing. What's that like?
I've done some metal doors. Mostly is the wood and aluminum doors. Same thing with the windows, vinyl windows. I like those the best. The aluminum windows seem to sweat more. So I've done anything from single pane to triple pane windows, and just really enjoy it. Like Toby said, I like seeing the customer happy, seeing the differences between the old windows. It doesn't matter if they're 10 years old or older. You see a big difference with the newer windows, the newer technology. It helps protect from the UV and the soundproofing and weatherproofing. So when we make the change, it's amazing to see the customer, when they see the difference, they're just so happy.
Yeah. It's a huge transformation.
Yeah. And then as far as like windows go, of course, like basic windows, just like a, basic 32 by 50 or something like that. But we also do, garden windows, bay windows. Maybe you have a set that needs to be molded together. We've done several of those. So we're experienced in doing that. And then also sometimes we have to change kind of the opening of the house. Maybe we're in a trailer or something and we need to change the whole setup. So we're experienced in doing that as well. And it usually completely changes the, the look of the house.
Yeah. Yeah. So obviously lots of different types of products go into door and window. It's not just the entry door, or it's not just the interior doors. It's lots of different things that you guys have done, have experience with, and ultimately have made huge transformations in people's homes, right? I mean, it's amazing how, like what you said, when somebody comes to you and they change out these windows, all the new benefits that come along with it, but just this feeling of, wow, look at this. This is really it looks amazing. Everybody's feeling good about it, right? So let me ask you about this. What is the typical installation like? Like what are the steps for the process for you?
So normally, let's say, maybe you want a back door installed or something like that. So what you need to do, you go into any of the Ivey's locations, you talk with one of the sales reps. They're going to get you an assessment scheduled, and then we're going to reach out to you, schedule a time to come by, measure the door, kind of see what we're needing, what kind of materials we're going to need, if maybe there's some extra labor involved, just depending on your house, but depending on the existing door, what needs to be done to it. But we'll measure everything. We'll get that back to the Ivey's team. And then once you pick out, what style you want, what you want, what material you want your door to be made out of, we'll order everything. Once it comes in, we'll contact you. We'll schedule a date to come out and install it. And then, as far as a door goes, that usually takes, an hour and a half, 2.5 hours in and out. We could be in there in the morning and you could have a new door by lunch.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. And the other thing there is too, is when we do it, we come in, we put it in. When we leave, it's clean, it's ready to go. So you're not having to worry about any of the mess.
Yeah. Which is huge, right? Because I've been to job sites where, maybe the contractor wasn't quite as concerned about cleaning up as they were.
Yeah.
Some other things. So once the materials are in, you spoke to this. What's the usual turnaround once that door or window comes into the shop?
Yeah. So once the materials are in, we're going to contact you within 24 hours. Go ahead and touch basis and, work out a date and a time that's going to work on your schedule, and then also going to fit into our schedule with all the other installs we have as well.
Mm-hmm. So really not a lot of time. I mean, it's once the materials come in, we're ready to get rolling.
Yeah.
Okay. So what are the top 3 questions or concerns that customers usually present to you when it comes to evaluating, do they want to do this or not? What's that like?
One of the things is, how long is it going to take? And is there going to be a lot of mess? And so, it usually takes, once we schedule it, it usually takes about an hour and a half, 2 hours tops, unless we run into some kind of problem. And then we believe in cleaning up our mess, because for me, cleanliness, it affects how safe you're going to be for the customer and for us as well. So we like to keep the area clean. So no mess, a little bit of dust, but we try to keep that down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So like for a door, like you mentioned, 1.5, 2 hours, we can knock one door out. If it's several windows, we'll usually go over a time frame with the customer, let them know, hey, it's going to take 2-3 days. Maybe it'll take a whole week. But, we go ahead and, set those, expectations right up front. Even really when we're doing the measurement, we go ahead and let them know, hey, this project's maybe going to take us a day. It's going to take us a week. So when we call you to schedule you, we're going to want to block out 4 or 5 days for you and make sure that we have you enough time to finish this project. And we're not having to make several trips or something like that.
Right. And that turnaround time is really important too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So you're seeing customers today. Why are they replacing windows? Like why would a customer want to replace windows?
Well, some of the things is mostly time it's the appearance of the window. You'll see a fog in the window. That usually means the seal has broken, and so it's letting the gas that's in there escape. Which actually that gas also protects from UV and so forth. And then they might be cracked, broken, chipped up. And so it just takes away from the appearance of the house as well. It helps once we make that change. Like I said, it will help with the insulation of the house, definitely the appearance of the house, and it also will reduce the noise that comes in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just along with what he said, you can lower your energy bills. Less sound, and the big difference, if you have a house and you're changing out all of the windows, I mean, it's going to completely change how your house looks, especially if you have like older windows in there and you're changing to like some new vinyl double pane windows. I mean, it just completely changes how it looks, like a brand new house.
Yeah, and that can be a big upgrade in technology of the window itself too, right? From the older window.
Yeah. I had a customer one time, we were talking about that, and they asked, will it help with the sound? Because we have a lot of racket around our house, and there was some people, neighbors that might have been a little bit loud. And that's why I was talking to them. An ambulance came by and we were talking, and I pointed at the ambulance and go, I could barely hear it.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it. Okay, so what trends are you seeing people choose right now indoors and windows? Like what are people going for where this feels kind of in the moment, this is what people are looking for?
Well, as far as like, if you say doors, lots of people are switching to either like a fiberglass or a steel instead of like a traditional wood. Now, people are still changing into new wood doors, but that fiberglass and steel holds up better to the weather, and the conditions, the sunlight, stuff like that. Sun will sometimes damage wood doors.
Yes.
Whereas you're not having to worry about that as much with a fiberglass door.
Yeah. And we're in Louisiana, by the way. Right?
Yeah.
So the humidity certainly plays a huge role with that. Greg, how about you, man? Any trends in windows or doors that just seem to jump out to you?
The vinyl windows seem to be a real popular way to go. Again, the old wood windows, they get painted. You can't open and close them. It becomes a safety issue. And then again, also the aluminum windows, they seem to sweat a lot, and it causes a lot of issues with the wood around it. And so a lot of people are going to the vinyl windows. The vinyl windows are a real good window, and it helps the appearance, everything, the insulation and the soundproofing, all of it, and they last a long time.
Yeah, and look good too.
Yeah.
Okay, so how about this? You guys been doing this for quite a while. What's some of your favorite projects that you look back on and say, wow, I love this one, the way it turned out? Anything jump to mind?
I don't know that I particularly have like one favorite, install, but really any of them where we're able to, see the customer's amazement at how much, a new set of windows or a new couple doors just completely changes their house. It completely changes the look, completely changes the security of their home. I mean, we've had customers, we change out a front door and they're crying when we're done because they're just like, man, I just feel so much better now. I finally got this door replaced. Just being able to see the customers satisfied with the project. Now, of course, there's, some cool projects we've done where we've done like some, bay windows we've molded together or, different, maybe there wasn't a window there before and we put a window there, created an opening for them. And, now they have a room that was closed off, didn't have any sunlight, and now it just feels more open. So, there's cool projects, but, mainly it's just being able to see the customer happy with what was done.
Yeah, I love that. How about you, Greg?
That's the same. There's been several things I could think of. We've done some houses out on the lakes, Lake Bissano and so forth, and replaced all the windows, and them going from not being able to see the lake to the beautiful views that they're seeing. It makes them so happy. They get to enjoy the home even more. And so, but like Toby said, it's really every home we go into, it's a new experience, and you love to see the happiness of the customer.
Yeah, I love that. So, listen, when we think about doors and windows in a home, I think naturally about, man, this would be this would be a big deal. This would be a hassle. This would be a process to change this, because it's not like, something it doesn't seem like something that I could do very easily. Right. But with your experience, you're here to say today that, actually, it's really not too bad. Right. It's not going to be a huge process. I mean, it's going to take some choice, and, obviously there's money involved, and that's tough, for lots of folks right now with the economy being what it is. But when it comes to your home and your space, there's not many things you can do to your home to make such a big impact than the doors and windows. Right. Is that what you guys are seeing?
Most definitely. It adds a tremendous value to your home. It makes it look better. It makes you feel better. So that's where you're going to enter. That's where you're looking in and out. And so when people go by your house, one of the first things they notice is your windows.
Right.
And your doors. So definitely, especially with the economy the way it is, you're making your home more valuable. So you're actually, the money that you're spending, you're putting back in your pocket, because if you ever decide to sell it, you're going to get more out of it, because the home, it looks better, it's more energy efficient, and so forth.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm very happy that we've been able to partner on this and kind of launch a new, what I call division for Ivey's, and a new way to do business with our customers. I think it's important if you come in and you want to buy a door and window. It seems to me like there was always the next problem, which was, okay, I can buy it from Ivey's, but then I've got to go find somebody. And look, there's lots of great people out there that can help with that. We just wanted to provide a solution so that not only it was about the door, you can get the door and window selected, but then also we've got someone who can help you put these in. You guys have great integrity in who you are as people. You're always doing relief work. There's a holiday coming up and you told me that you were about to go and do relief work. And I'm like, wow, they're not even taking a day off. They're just going to help people. And so your values are something that's really important to us too, right? Because when you go into a home, you're a representation of who Ivey's is. And so we want to make sure that that's in harmony with our values. And that was something I feel really strongly about. And so thank you for that. I trust that when you guys go into anyone's home, that you are going to respect the space, you're going to leave it better than you found it, and you care deeply about customer satisfaction. And that to me is what we're about. So it seems like a great fit to try to grow business in this and give people a different option. So that said, why should folks choose this partnership, the Ivey's install team? Why should they choose us for these products?
Real simple is, if you walk into an Ivey store, you won't be in there long without somebody saying, can I help you? That is kind of lost in today's world. Some of the bigger stores, you go into them and you see people walking around and you can't find help. You don't see that with Ivey's. Ivey's is trying to help. And so that's one of the things that I like. And so that tells you that there is a ownership by everybody working at Ivey's that wants to please the customer. And then that's what we want to do.
100%.
Yeah, and I know you touched on it a little bit earlier too, but you're going to get a measure of security buying the whole install project from Ivey. So you're not having to worry about getting, let's say you spend $10,000 on several windows and then you find somebody to install them and you're not really happy with how they did it. You're not going to have to worry about that, getting the install project done through Ivey. So you're going to be able to get the windows through them. You're going to be able to get the whole project coordinated, done in a smooth manner. And then we're going to come install them. You're going to be happy with them. Maybe we have an issue. Maybe we have, maybe we need to order a part or something. Maybe something comes up that you're not completely happy with. We're going to help you troubleshoot through it. We're going to get it fixed, and we're going to make sure that when we're done with the project, you are happy with everything. And then if you have any issues in the future, there's not a lot, but stuff happens. So maybe you have a window, maybe it leaks some gas or something like that. You're going to be able to call up to Ivey's and say, hey, I'm having an issue with one of my windows. We're going to come back out. We're going to make sure everything gets taken care of. You get a warranty through the window manufacturer, but then you're also going to get a 1-year warranty on the labor as well.
Yeah. And that's huge. That's huge, right? Because, lots of people can install things. Lots of people can do work for people. But ultimately, it's about, will you stand up for the work? Can people get a hold of you? Will you return the call? It's one thing to get your money, but then will you pick up the phone when there's the issue? And I think that commitment to customer satisfaction, which I believe we both we share, that leads us, that guides us. Because at the end of the day, I want the person that bought windows from us to tell their friend, to say, hey, look, we used Ivey's and the WHAM team, and it was amazing. This was wonderful. It's that referral that's one of the biggest pieces to building this business, I think. So standing behind it, standing up for it is huge. I want to thank you guys again for what you're doing for us. And I want to see this really grow and prosper and be good for you all. And thank you guys for coming out and spending a little time with me and educating myself and the customers about what we're doing. And I look forward to big stuff. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
No problem. Thank you.